Hello everybody and welcome to our fourth smart wine testing, and hello pre-winer. We are halfway through our trip to Italy. So we departing from the very north of Italy, then we fly to the center of Italy, and then on Wednesday we were in Sardinia. Together we will fly again in the center of Italy and in particular in the region of Marche. I'm very happy to be in Marche, at least virtually, because it's a region very close to my heart, and it's an amazing region. And together we will taste Ser Balduzio, that is a very interesting red wine, and I really hope that all of you will enjoy it. And I will give the floor first to Paola. She's the owner and Azienda Agrifiorano. They produce Ser Balduzio, so she will introduce us to this wine and also to her region and her canteen. Then I will give the floor to Mr. Giuseppe Baldassarre, and together we will discover more about the wine. So I first give the floor to Paola, and please, thank you very much for hosting us, and please, the floor is yours.
Hi everybody. Hello Domenico. And so thank you to invite me for this new virtual section of pre-wine testing. And first of all, I would like to introduce my azienda, Fiorano, so company Fiorano. And as you know, we are located in Le Marche region, so in the center of Italy, close to Adriatic coast. So many people sometimes they don't realize where Marche region is, because it's not famous like Tuscany, of course, but it's one of the most important place for a wine and for other kind of products. So we are in the region of very beautiful city like Urbino, that probably many of you can know, because it's the city of birth of Raffaello, of course. And we have other amazing city like the beautiful Ascoli Piceno, Macerata. We are famous for Ancona city, because many people, maybe from Switzerland also, they take the boats from Ancona. So this is our region. The bottle we are testing now is 2013, because we do this wine not all the years, but it depends on the quality of the season. And the Montepulciano is coming from the late harvest. So I mean mid of October, 25 of October. So it's the last harvest that we do. And so this kind of grape is a little bit dried, naturally dried. And we start after that a natural fermentation with indigenous yeast. So we don't use for that selected yeast. We don't buy selected yeast. As you know, natural yeast are present over the skin of the grapes, and because red wine start the fermentation with the skin maceration for the red color and more. So you find also a lot of these little animals, little east, and in 30-40 days of contact with the skin of the grapes is quite completed the fermentation of this wine. So it takes quite a long time because there is no control of temperature. The fermentation starts in open oak barrels. So there is a little natural oxidation of the must, and after that we put in for a 24-36 months in barrels. So we keep almost 2-3 years in barrels. After that, we put in bottles, refine it in bottles for other 2-3 years. So it's quite a long-aged wine, full-bodied wine, of course, because Montepulciano is one of the most important grape in Italy, in the center of Italy, I mean, and completely different from, I don't know, Barbera or other kind of North Italian grapes. But many people can fall in love with Montepulciano, so rich in tannins, in body, very good in pairing with meats, and it's fantastic wine overall for winter time, or even now, even now, of course. And
yeah. I think that for now, all. In this quarantine moment, is perfect.
Really perfect, really perfect.
Yes.
Of course.
Okay, thank you, Paola. Thank you very much.
Could be enough for the moment. Yeah.
Yes, and then if someone want to ask something at the end of the presentation, we can open the floor to everybody and to the discussion.
Okay.
So thank you very much. And now I want to give the floor to Giuseppe to discover more about the wine and enter into the details of the wine.
Okay.
We are ready to drink.
Yeah. I put in the glass.
Just a second, because Giuseppe, you're unmuted.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Now we can hear you. I am happy to share with you this splendid wine. It is a Montepulciano 100%.
Yeah.
It comes from Marche. It is a splendid region. This wine is a wine of the hills, and Marche is the region of the hills, but this area is at the right point between the Adriatic Sea and the mountains, on the hills. And Montepulciano was born on the hills in the Peligna Valley in Abruzzo, and came to Marche, where it has some of the most beautiful expressions.
Yeah.
The Montepulciano prefers the Adriatic side of Italy. You can find it almost everywhere, but the results in terms of enology are extremely different. And this is a special Montepulciano because it comes from natural agriculture, from an extreme selection, is a late harvest, and it's a wine that matures slowly. You have to imagine that this is 2013, and it is 7 years old. It's amazing. If you look the color, it doesn't seem a color of a wine that has 7 years. Absolutely. And this is a characteristic of best Montepulciano. Montepulciano is used in Italy to improve other wines,
yeah,
generally, because it has an amazing density of color, is very rich of anthocyanins, and you can see This color is a dark and ruby red, impenetrable, very rich. And you do not see signs of evolution at 7 years, and you can imagine this wine is still young. It has also a very nice density. It's consistent. You imagine it very rich in extracts. And if you follow the method, the way of winemaking is followed, you can guess that is wine very rich. It extracts from the grapes the best. The nose speaks again of Montepulciano 100%. The impact is elegant, but also you feel ripe cherry, and also plum and blackberries, and a hint of floral, violet. And afterwards, a little touch of tobacco, of dark chocolate, of marzipan. Very nice bouquet. Again, Montepulciano, full-bodied, warm, mouth-filling, but also with a solid texture, solid tannins, well integrated, and extremely young. You have a tannin that is in evolution still, and also a very nice freshness and saltiness. So the wine is in perfectly balanced, and you feel in the finish of the mouth the richness of fruit. Again, cherry, red and black berries. Very long, mouth-filling, very nice wine. It's a wonderful Montepulciano, I would say typical. Very typical, and the use of wood is elegant. The fruit, the grape prevails on the wood. The wood helps the wine to become gain its better. This is a wine that you can enjoy and pair on many foods. I would say, to follow the tradition, the first idea to me is with arrosticini, that are a typical production, a typical preparation of Abruzzo, Marche. It is a skewered lamb meat, but also I think to roast beef or to meatballs with sauce, or I would say bucatini alla matriciana. That is pasta with bacon, tomatoes, and pecorino.
No bad at all.
Or I would think also to fish. Stocca fisso all'anconetana is a typical preparation of Marche, and is a stockfish with olives, salted anchovies, and tomatoes. Is a strong dish that comes from the sea, but is very generous. And also, I come from Puglia, and on the Adriatic Sea, we have many fish soups. I think to a fish soup with chili pepper, and this wine would match very, very nicely with this preparation.